All right, what's going on, guys? Got the dogs out, heading out to the car. Wanted to make this quick video because I've gotten quite a few comments on YouTube and on other platforms about how I got my WRX to make that great turbo flutter noise. So, anyways, we'll go talk about that. Show you a comparison of clips. It's cold here in Pennsylvania today. 36 degrees, so get a nice cold start going for you. All right, so how did I get the crazy, turbo flutter noise, on this car? Well, thankfully, it's actually not too difficult. It is a little expensive, but it's not terribly difficult. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and give you kind of a comparison of sound clips. Basically, I will say this. This is an at your own risk mod. I mean, theoretically, this will work for pretty much any turbocharged car, but I really only know enough about it to say that it's safe on these cars from my personal experience. I wouldn't recommend it if you have a different turbocharged car. I probably wouldn't recommend it if you have twin scroll turbo like these newer WRXs do. It's just going to hurt your performance, but on an older series turbo like this, probably not a big deal. Anyways, got to go bring the dogs down to my wife at work. Say hi, girls. And we'll go from there, and then we'll go to parking lot, show you some sound clips, and talk about the difference and how to get your car to make that noise. So anyways, let's head out. I love driving with dogs because, like, look how happy she is just to have her face out the window. All right, so let's talk about this. First of all, excuse how dirty this engine bay is. I have not cleaned it in a while, but let's talk about how to get that turbo flutter sound. So one thing that you might notice that's a little bit different about my WRX versus some others is my intercooler is not here. it's down here. So as it turns out, the secret to getting that really great flutter is the front mount intercooler. Now, you can make any turbo Subaru, with an EJ motor, this type of setup, you can make any one of these cars flutter by simply blocking off the bypass valve. So this is an EJ 257, but they're all pretty much relatively laid out the same way. So you can see here, this is the bypass valve. So the purpose of this thing is to recirculate air that is already gone through the turbo. But when you close the throttle body here closes and there's nowhere for that air to go. So where does it go? Well, ideally it goes through the bypass valve back into the cold side of the turbo, something like that. I'm not sure exactly where it goes. Essentially, all you got to do to get that great little turbo whistle is block that off. So if you look real closely here, you can see I got a little piece of metal here. And all that is literally I just took a Red Bull can, cut it out, traced it, put 2 holes in it, and put it where the bypass valve is. Now you want to make sure that you put it on the opposite side of the gasket. You still want it to seal. If you don't, you're gonna have a really big boost leak. But that's essentially it. So now, instead of when you close the throttle body, that air going through the bypass valve, now it has nowhere to go. So it goes back through the turbo, and as it passes back through the compressor blade of the turbo, it makes that great sound. So that's kind of the secret. Now, you can do this to any turbocharged Subaru, and it will flutter. It'll make a kind of noise. But in order to get that, really stereotypical that type of noise, really the secret is you need a front mount intercooler. What I've found in my research is just that with the top mount intercooler, there is too little piping between compressor side of the turbo and the block off plate. And what that results in is a much faster flutter noise, that sort of noise, which you'll hear when I post the sound clips at the end of this video. But you hear that more instead of with the longer piping, you get more of the drawn out sound. The other thing is the factory top mount intercooler piping is plastic versus this is metal, and the metal helps it reverberate a lot more. So that's kind of the big secret. You know, I said this earlier, this is a do it at your own risk type of mod. I'll tell you this, in my experience with these cars, so the setup that you're going to hear, I'm going to show you sound clips. I had a few different things here that are different from how this car is set up now. The old setup, it was an EJ205, same turbo though, still a VF48, but it was an internal wastegate and it was unequal length headers, the factory exhaust manifold. And this setup now is an external wastegate with equal length headers and the front mount intercooler. But you'll be able to hear the difference in flutter anyways. The big point is, on the old setup, I had a VF48 turbo with the block-off plate, and it ran for about 50, 60,000 miles until the motor popped. And so obviously when the motor popped, I did not use that turbo anymore. But, you know, in the process of looking at the turbo after, I had zero issues, zero shaft play. So do I think it makes a big difference on your turbo? You know, I can't speak for every car, but at least on these cars, I don't think it causes any big problems. So anyways, that's kind of a long-winded explanation. You know, if you didn't want to listen to all of that, I'll leave a, you know, mark in the description here and just fast forward. But essentially the secret is put the block-off plate on your bypass valve and get a front mount intercooler, and your car will make great stu-tu-tu noises. So anyways, let's now show you some of the sound clips with the old setup with the VF48 and the top mount intercooler, and then the new setup with the front mount intercooler, and you'll hear the difference. So let's get after it.